0044 and 09087668888. You may want to send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 09097054450. Don't forget we're streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook at Eagles FM Abuja. You can go there and watch us live. Okay, Mr. Baji, good morning again. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, my brother Nacho. How are you today?
I'm very well. Glad to have you on the program. Now let's get to it. Let's start off with the most disturbing situation for most Nigerians. There seems to be a bit of a controversy around the subsidy removal. Some Nigerians 100% for it. Some others are saying, look, the hardship occasioned by the subsidy removal is something that we would not subscribe to, even though we believe that subsidy should go. But the way that it was done is not the way that it should go, is the opinion of others. In all of this, what are your thoughts on the subsidy removal? Let's begin from there.
Thank you very much. With all pleasure, I want to say hello to Nigerians and all Nigerians, both home and abroad. And the issue of subsidy removal, to some of us, it came as a shock. Though not that we are not expecting it, that it will happen. And then it's the best thing that has ever happened, even in this time and the season that we are. But what some of us are concerned about is the sudden removal without putting in place the necessary, cushioning effects. Those plans to cushion the effects and the pains and the suffering of Nigerians. That is where the concern is. And for some of us, past government who could have done this successfully, even if you look at the time of Goodluck Jonathan, this subsidy removal could have been the best thing that could have happened in the regime of Goodluck Jonathan. But a lot of people protested against it. Even the APC government, even this present government, they protested and said no, that it would be suicidal, it will be this, it will be that. A lot of people were on the street, and then the government of Goodluck Jonathan had to suspend it. And that time we have a lot of money in the system. That the debt profile of Nigeria was just this high. But where we are, the truth of the matter is that we have never had a compassionate government in Nigeria who cares about the feelings and the welfare of the citizen. Because some of us believe that government is for the betterment of the citizens of that country. A place where in an event where government's decisions and policies, implementations, and what have you, is not, bringing relief and better life to the people, then the government is not doing what it's supposed to do. And the government is seen not to be responsible to its duties as a government. So over time, our government have never carried the Nigerian people along. They don't care about the feelings of Nigerians. And if you look at it, they are just minute percentage of the numbers of the rest of us who are those who are politicians and chiefs of industries, captains of industries. They are the ones doing all this. By the time they arrive at the policy that is pleasing to them, the rest of us suffer. And now they say they remove the subsidy. They say they have removed subsidy. Now they are not subsidizing the importation of fuel. Now, my brother, what is happening to NNPC? Nobody is questioning NNPC. Nobody is looking into the books of NNPC. Is there accountability in NNPC? Has NNPC been transparent with Nigeria? Is there proper auditing of NNPC accounts for us to know how much is being made in NNPC? How much is being, our crude that is being sold outside the country? What is the return of the crude that have been sold? Then you talk about energy, the natural gas sector. What is going on in that sector? What is the book saying? What is the accountability of the account of that organization? So, my brother, everything about crude, everything about energy in Nigeria is done in secrecy. No wonder when President Buhari was in government, the former president, he was the Minister of Petroleum. And we believe that because he's a man of accountability, making himself the Minister of Petroleum, the book of NNPC will be open. The book of energy will be open so that we know how much Nigeria is making from energy sector. He promised us refinery. Where are the refineries? Even Wari, Kaduna, and Port Harcourt refinery. They are not on stream. Every day, all you hear is grammar, is explanation, is English. See, when they want to deceive us, they call the policy and pack an English on it. As if Nigerians are not educated, as if we don't know. See, basic sincerity of purpose, common sense. Like one senator, we always say, common sense dictates to us that whatever you do, and if you are doing it for the well-being of your people, you should be transparent. You should be accountable. You should carry the people along and make sure your policies are well explained and put out there for people to access. But when they meet and they say they are executive council, they meet and they say they have got national executive council, and they come up with any policy and throw it at us without Nigeria making their contribution to it. That is where the problem is. So we need Nigerian people, of course, we always mentioned when they sold NEPA in the days of Goodluck Jonathan. What did Nigeria do? We have nothing to fight. We have nothing to say. We have to bear the pain. Today, NEPA, PACN, or whatever they call them, discos and jincos and what have you. They gave us all manners of outrageous bills. They said meters will be available for all Nigerians. Where are the meters? So, my brother, there is so much to chew. There is so much to worry about in this country. We don't know why our leaders are treating us as if we are aliens to them. Thank you very much.
Well, speaking of the welfare of Nigerians, the labor and the labor unions movement is saying federal government should increase wage by to 200,000 naira. Some of those who argue against it say, look, that's unsustainable. Nigeria does not have money. Those who support the argument of labor say, look, Nigeria has money. It is those who are in government that are looting the monies. And if they could pay themselves as much as 9 million naira monthly in allowances and all of that, then Nigerians, should be able to earn, Nigerian workers should be able to earn 200,000 and even more. But then on the other side, those who are not in the employ of government say, look, how do we cushion the effect of subsidy removal, in all of this for the ordinary man who does not work in government at all? What are your thoughts?
Thank you very much. You see, there is no sincerity of purpose, and I had the spokesperson of the president and, of course, the governor of Ogun State saying yesterday that he had a meeting with Mr. President on this first subsidy removal and how to cushion the effect and then provide palliatives that the independent marketers, on the one hand, are saying that they are going to, help the country by providing buses from 50 to 100. And I laugh. I say, what a palliative. Indeed, is this a palliative? What is 100 buses? What can 100 buses do to the masses of Nigeria? And they said other private ventures will queue from there. See, my brother, some of us will have the opinion that agencies like EFCC, IPC should be scrapped because they are not doing the job they are established to do. The corruption going on in Nigeria is huge. All these things boil down to corruption. It is corruption that is killing us, my brother. There is nothing anybody can tell me that this country is broke. The money that has been borrowed, we were told before the exit of Buhari's government, that they borrowed for more than $800 million. My brother, $800 million. Worked out by the present exchange rate, which is 750 naira. You know how much that is all about. Then, my brother, the Senate also approved that the government can borrow more money from CBN in the areas of, to support the economy and what have you. So, my brother, it is not the borrowing that is my problem, but how this money is brought back into the economy and then, work for the Nigerian people. That is what my problem is. Nobody is declaring the account. Nobody is telling us. See, it's a very simple thing. Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
we're with you. We're with you. We can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you. Now, my take is this. If there is sincerity of purpose and the country, a government who has the passion and the interest of the people at heart. Before you even talk about removal of subsidy, you could have put palliative in place to cushion the effect of this. And then talking about labor and TUC. Labor and TUC, they are not speaking for the generality of Nigeria. They are only speaking for the workforce. And how many persons are there in the net of the workforce of Nigeria? They are minute sector. They are not up to 30 or 40% of the entire country. So labor and TUC cannot be speaking for us. They say they are going on strike. That federal government must reverse to the oil price. Federal government quickly went to court and said no, they are stopping that action of TUC and Labour. Yes, Labour still went ahead with TUC to hold the meeting with federal government and said they understand what federal governments want to do. The times are hard. We know there is no money. Nigeria is broke. Who told you Nigeria is broke? If Nigeria is broke, where did they spend the money they budget, they borrowed? We learned about Abacha loops. Anytime you talk the former president and his aide, they will say, they spend that money on second Niger bridge. What they call it? Nasarawa Weto Road, and then the construction of the road in Kaduna to Kano. Then the express, Lagos is an express road. That when you put all this together, all the money that will be borrowed to cook, interventions. What are they telling us? I don't understand the government of Nigeria. But all I know is that what they like to do was they get into power. They connive against the rest of us and inflict pains on Nigeria. And it's like they take pleasure in the inflicting pains of Nigeria and say, well, there is nothing they can do. Go to the street and protest. We send police to you. That is what they do. Because they go to other countries, they go to other coins. Nothing like that is done. We don't have energy, no electricity. People are not productive. How do you now tell me fuel is being sold at official rate of 550 naira? People who are doing mega businesses like barbing salon, hairdressing salon, bakers. How do you expect that they should survive? So for all of us, you have to put palliative in place first. Ensure the mass transit network that you want to build on, let it have effective, impact on the people. Then, of course, if you pour money into, if you create the enabling environment for investors to come and invest in the country, people will have jobs. Nobody will be thinking of palliative or not palliative. You talk about even when they showed out, NEPA. Look at what has happened in NEPA today. It's a choice of everybody. Now people are also coming from NEPA now to solar energy, other clean energy, and of course they're getting value for their money. So it depends on the usage. Now, if you say you are going to remove subsidy, what palliative have you put in place first before removing it? Yes, we know the president told us that on his campaign trail that immediately he comes on board, he will remove palliative. But we believe, he will remove the subsidy issue. Yes, we know that, yes, the subsidy thing has brought a lot of, bill on federal government. And then it's also, eating deep into the country's economic, situation. But first thing first, provide incentives. Provide a soft landing for Nigerian people. Don't talk about labor to me. Labor doesn't get the workforce. And how many are there in the workforce of Nigeria? So please, they need to go back to the drawing board and do what is proper. If not, my brother, people are paying. The common Okada rider is not finding it funny right now. Now, if you want to travel from here to places like Lagos, you pay 3 times the fare that you used to pay before. So what it need to do right now to cushion the effect is for the government. I thought they were going to tell us yesterday that the meeting between them and independent marketer is that the independent marketer will be considering having this in the mind that they have their own stock. Let them reduce the price of PMX to a certain degree. If they make it even 200, it's up to 50. It's even fair enough. But 550, and then in the black market it's also 700. My brother, is too hard for Nigeria to chew.
Now, let's talk about, why it is that the subsidy has been removed. I mean, looking at it, one of the major reasons subsidy has been removed is because of the round tripping and the racketeering in the oil sector, where people get PMS at subsidized rates and then move them outside the borders of this country. For about 2 years or so, over 2 years, Nigerian borders were short, yet these round trippings were going on. People were moving trucks out of this country on a daily basis. Nigeria is said to, they say, the NNPC says evacuation from the depots amounts to about 60 million liters per day. But in actuality, people say, look, Nigerians do not consume that much on a daily basis. So why is it that the customs, we have the immigration, the army and the rest of them, and the borders, along the borders of this country, and yet we're unable to, manage the security, to be able to track, trucks that leave the depots on a daily basis. Now, this is the argument. The argument is that the subsidy is the only thing that Nigerians seem to benefit from their government. And now, because some people would not do their job at ensuring and monitoring the trucks to get to the filling stations and offload and come back, Nigerians would have to pay for somebody's irresponsibility and inability to deliver on their mandate. What do you make of that?
Yes, but the question you're about to ask, you have also answered the question correctly. You have analyzed it well. You and I never own town farms. We don't own different depots. We don't own Nigerians don't. Rest of us don't own tankers. Neither do we pay tanker drivers to drive our tanks. And then we don't have control over customs and immigrations at the border. Not called police post, because in every border in Nigeria you have police post, you have custom, you have immigration. And if they are telling us that because they are removing the cost of removing this subsidy, fuel subsidy, because of the kind of appearance that have been taken across the border, then who is to be blamed? Is it Nigerian people that are supposed to pay for their inefficiency? Is it Nigerian people? What is governance? Governance is providing welfare for the citizens of the country. And when a government fails to provide welfare security for the citizenry, that government has failed and they have no business to be in government. So, my dear brother, the corruptions that is going on in government in high places is too huge. I can't believe it. I can't even. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. You can monitor and track your tank drivers. If the tankers are being tracked and being monitored from fuel depots, and then where they are going to dump the fuel in filling stations for Nigerians to buy, if they are well tracked, if they are well monitored, no fuel will slip through the borders. But that is what we find ourselves doing. Nigerians are good at smuggling. And those who are smuggling these things have their allies and their friends in customs, in immigrations, and in police. And that is the truth. When you are connected in this country, nothing happens to you. Are you not in this country? Once upon a time, that a tanker, a vessel, as massive as an oil vessel, was arrested. And then the investigations we are going on, we are waiting to hear what is going to happen to the crew in that vessel. Overnight, we were told by the news that the tanker no longer found in the tanker, in the tank, that it was water, high sea. They pumped water from high sea into the vessel. Today, the government of Nigeria have not told us what happens to that vessel. Now look at, you are talking about fuel subsidy removal. Now I'm just watching the news since yesterday. They have been talking, there is a controversy about the Nigerian oil. And I have been, invited in a program in the Captain TV, and I mentioned it. And I said, is it not disservice to the investors in the airline business in Nigeria? Akwa Ibom Air is a government state-owned airline. They are doing well. This airline, Onyema, is doing well. We have Chachangi, we have Aerovex contractor. If you know one of them cannot be a national carrier, why don't you collapse them together and form a quorum and say, look, you and and local, players in the industry. This is what we want to do. Please, we are going to involve you and partner with you to invest into Nigeria a national carrier. But the minister choose to go outside the country to bring is it Rwanda Air or Ethiopia Air? Can you imagine? Ethiopia Air, not even Emirates, Ethiopia Air to run a national carrier. See, what we are doing to this country, we are playing with national security. The airline of Ethiopia, you are sitting Nigerian Air to Ethiopian airline. What if there is a saboteur? What if there is a conspiracy within that country to sabotage Nigeria? And then a seed, an evil seed, or what they call it now. Let me put this in even a plain language. Let's say a country wants to attack Nigeria, like we have all these insurgencies going on, and they decide to brand a passenger who is treated with explosive materials, and the person is working for these agents, and the person now will go with Nigeria who are flying from all over the place. What will happen to Nigeria? What will happen to the people inside that plane? So anything we are doing, we should first of all think about national security of the country. There are certain things you cannot contract out. I don't understand what is happening in this country. I think these our elders are not thinking. And when you talk, they say, wait for your time, you are youth. When you get to you people's talk, you see Nigeria offer them so much. Some of them, they lived on scholarship. Some of them, they went abroad to go and study on scholarship for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I learned. And my early days of growing up in Lagos, when you are in the university, people come to hunt for you for jobs. And university students could have up to about 4,000, 5,000 Nigerian currency to buy cars in those states. But today, the students are not giving scholarship. Families are paying to their nose to pay, their tuition, the tuition fee of their subject. And labor, what is labor? Labor that cannot defend the lecturers. Labor always come out to talk about things that have to do in the interest of workers of Nigeria, and what are the percentage of the workers of Nigeria compared to the rest of us. So my brother, somebody is not doing the job, and we are living in a country that doesn't fire anybody.
Interesting. Well, quite well said. The conversation continues here. I'm going to read a message before we take a quick pause. And this is for Chooks. And Chooks says, good morning, Ihanacho. Your guest has my salutation. He has hit the nail on the head. A lack of compensation, a lack of compassionate government in Nigeria was it not in the first quarter of this year that our own government hit us with currency squeeze? People died. Remember, before the masses recover, PMS price jumps up.
Your account is low.
Chooks saying that, seem to, would have to reconnect with my guest. Now, Chooks goes on to say, government should treat the masses fairly. And if I may bring in a medical analogy, provide the anesthesia before you commence surgery and not the other way around. Chooks, thank you very much for that message. I'm going to reconnect with my guests shortly and we continue the conversation. Keep it here on your radio experience you can count on.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Are you looking for an internet service that will make surfing on the internet an enjoyer? As Eagles Internet Services is here for you, an effective internet service provider with 99% proven reliability for residential and office services. We provide unlimited internet bandwidth services of different bundles tailored to meet your desires and taste. It is reliable, affordable, with a wide coverage. You can locate them at Plot 1719 Cadastral Zone B, Kaura District, or you can call 081-3312-1423 or 090-6576-5969. Eagles Internet Service. Stay connected to everything you love.
Battle is on. It's the Eagles FM Abuja Quiz Art Show for secondary schools.
D5.
D5 is correct. Congratulations.
D6.
D6 is correct. Congratulations.
every Saturday by 9 a.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM. You can watch the quiz competition live on YouTube and Facebook at Eagles FM Abuja. Is your school yet to enroll? Please call 0821 3309 8542. 0821 3309 8542. Eagles FM Quiz Out Show is proudly associated with Stella Maris College, Area 1, Abuja. Government Day Secondary School, Karo, Abuja. Stella Maris College, Life Camp, Abuja. Africa International College, Kaura District, Abuja. Peace El Shaddai Model Academy, Karo, Abuja. The Abuja Quiz Out Show, building future champions today.
The 2023 WAEC May-June results analysis for Stella Maris College Abuja based on distinctions are as follows: parallel distinction 90, 8 distinction and above 50, 7 distinction and above 43, 6 distinction and above 38, 5 distinction and above 14, 4 distinction and above 3, 3 distinction and above 3, total 170. So why not choose Stella Maris College Abuja today? The dates for entrance exams are 24th June and 12th August 2023 respectively. Stella Maris College is at Area 1 and Wumba for day college, while boarding college is at Life Camp Abuja. For more enquiries, call 0809 037 3727 or 0817 204 7070 or check us online www.smsabuja.com.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
And this is Eagles Outlook on your radio experience. You can count on time now, 9:30, and we've been talking the state of the nation this morning. Join in the conversation. Feel free to join in now. The phone lines are open. Call 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. You can send SMS and WhatsApp on 090-9705-4450. My guest this morning is Mr. Daniel Obaji, a public affairs analyst, joining us in the conversation. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Anyone home? Okay, seems like you're not ready to talk. I'll get back with my guest now. Mr. Obaji, good morning. Thank you again for staying with us. Now,
thank you.
Let's let's look at this. The insecurity in the country is one that seems to have overwhelmed many governments, successive governments, from the Jonathan administration to the Buhari administration, and now the Tinubu government is here. What do you expect the government to do? Because as a result of insecurity, there's food inflation in the country. Farmers haven't been able to go to the farms to produce enough food. People cannot sleep with their two eyes closed. There's a lot of the tension in the country. There's a lot of anxiety amongst Nigerians on account of insecurity. Now, to solve this problem, there's a new government. There's a new commander-in-chief, a new sheriff in town, as they say. What would you expect the Tinubu administration to do to tackle insecurity headlong?
Yeah, thank you very much. Like we are trying to mention about the issue of Naira redesign before we went on this break. Yeah. It's also another issue that we need to talk about, because the previous government of Buhari mentioned that because of the policies of government that have been put out there and the cashless society that the CBN is trying to build. So licenses we are giving to operators in financial sectors, and we have POS all over the place. And the government came out and they were quick to say about 14-point-something trillion transactions have taken place so far as regards POS operators. The same POS operators that they boast of towards the tail end of this regime, the government of Buhari, the same government of Buhari destroyed totally the POS operators. Today, a lot of Nigerians, a lot of youth who are busy with POS activities. Today they cannot go back to their business. Why? Because they have no money to trade with on the POS platform. And then the government, in one hand, is not providing a palliative or maybe assistance to the POS operators to be able to cushion that effect. If we are other clients, by now the CBN governor is gone. Some of us wonder, what is he still doing there? Now, talking about insecurity, well, the government of Tinubu just started, and from the look of things and the appointment they has made so far, we hope and pray. We can only pray for our leaders. We hope and pray that he will be guided right, and he will do the right thing, to cushion the effect. Because you talk about insecurity, killing is still going on in Plateau. If you see on the screen of the television, you will see that there were about 2 weeks ago or a week ago, there was killing in Plateau, there was also killing in Kaduna, and also in places like Benue State. Then yesterday again in Zamfara, and some part of the northeast is boiling. My dear brother, you see, we in this country, sometimes we wonder, don't our government have the knowledge or the wherewithal to sit down and plan properly? Now, sometimes you give it to them when they have good policies. It's the implementation that is a problem. Somehow, people come into the implementation of that policy and they sabotage the policy. So, if not, Nigerian army, they are the best in Africa, recorded by international community that they are the best in Africa when it comes to issue of infantry. And me, coming from the background of a military family, I know what the Nigerian army is capable of doing. But there are certain warfare that is not meant for the military, because the military, they are basically trained, to defend the territorial integrity of every state and every nation. So I believe what we are doing that we are not doing well is for us to look inward and see how we can empower the Nigerian police and even our mobile force. Because the mobile police force, over time, I know that they were well trained, only that they are short in, I believe they are short in numbers, and of course, they don't have the capacity or the capability to fight the insurgent. That is why we need to train them. And then the issues of intelligent gathering, very, very important, and it should be timely, and also there should be prompt response when there is intelligence, put out there. So we have a lot of intelligence agencies in Nigeria. They need to stand up and form synergy, like the president called the service chiefs. I gave them a marching order that he doesn't want holding of intelligence, and that he wants collaboration within the agency. That is the way to go. And so we are doing that in one time. Also do what we call social engagement, because the majority of Nigerians are poor. And when a hungry, like they say, hungry man is an angry man. When a poor man has somebody in one hand telling him, come, I will recruit you and I give you 100,000, I give you 200,000, go and cause havoc here, and come back and I'll give you more money. The person will likely do that because he or she wants to eat. And sometimes in this country, quite long last year, there are some people who are arrested in Anambra for selling babies. People are selling babies just to make money, just to eat. That is how bad it has become in this country. And because it's still APC to APC government, we don't expect much, because the government of Tinubu will definitely not probe Buhari government. If not, a lot went wrong with Buhari government. And it's only God that can bring Buhari government to account. You and I have no power to do that. So, and we believe it's a continuous, government is continual, and then it's an APC government. They will not look into the books of Buhari administration. If not, a lot of the service we have done by the Buhari government against the Nigerian people. Right. Because what he told us that he's going to do, he didn't do it. If the refineries, new refineries were built and the old ones are working, Nigerians will be getting employed. And another thing that Nigerians are not looking at, the National Security Council. We need to talk to the state. How many jobs have been created by the state governors? Once they pay salary and pay a little bit of pension, that is all. They don't borrow money to do elephant projects. What are the state governors doing? Every time we talk about the federal, the state government, what are they doing? If each state of the federation can take it upon itself to employ at least 200 personnel, all Nigerian people within their state, 200, multiply that by 36 states of the federation. A lot of the youth that are moving about in the street will be taken off the street. Now, then you talk about the construction farming is good because farming puts food on our table. In the area of agriculture, there is a huge employment, and also direct and also indirect, employment chain within that sector. Then you leave there, you go to the construction sector. The construction sector, there is huge employment there. Artisans, bricklayers, iron benders. A lot of them can be getting employed and then go by extension, feed their family, and their family can also be engaged. So, my dear brother, we need much of investment outside the energy sector. We need more investment in agriculture. We need more investment in the area of construction. That is infrastructure. We need that investment. If these investments are not coming in, forget it. There is nothing you can do because the youth of Nigeria, look at people riding Okada. Some are graduates. Look at people that are selling pure waters on the streets. These are people who should be in garment industry or in factories producing and giving out their all to the service of Nigerian people. But what do we have? What do we have? Every day we hear the government is going to do this. Government is established, is instituted to solve problems. So this government should not give us excuses. They should go to work.
Well said. Let's bring in callers now. 09073530044 and 09087668888. Take the numbers again. 09073530044 and 09087668888. We have a caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my brother in the studio. How are you today?
Very well. BB Blessing, good morning to you. Welcome.
So you can't know my voice.
Yes,
no, I will change my voice very soon. God bless you, man.
Welcome.
God bless. So now when are they able to give us time to call and are listening for us in the network with that? So then I no worry, things will go better. Now, how things will go better, they what the last caller where he talk now, we analyze everything. Who will feel fight for us? And people where they're supposed to fight for Nigeria, they don't get equipment. Look at our police. If I may ask now, how many years now they don't change their gun? Now this is where they bomb me. Now the same gun where our army, our police that they use, they see the hole. Now they see the hole. Okay, we are talking about what is tackle Nigeria now, the problem of Nigeria. Please, I want to ask that man now where just make comment last. This issue where Erufai talk for Nigeria, now when are they listening for us? Where to now hold Erufai for? Because we need peace. Another person go come, go just the wood our mind. You know me say when we keep quiet, we don't know how to fight. We leave everything for God. Not me say God say pursue and overtake. That comment alone, he can divide Nigeria. This man wait there for say now in the can wait till he talk. Not be say the way he want off barrels for war. He want me to go there out. That is why he's still there for prison today. Now, he got anybody way above the law. He said he made this kind of comment. Waiting Nigeria is supposed to do, or waiting EFCC is supposed to do. And he come issue of a method, our money, my brother. Since now, never they see new money. This money where our president sign, he own not to sign. The money now tonight, method of see there. Nobody feel talk now. Okay, the issue of money for prayer now, where would they talk now? Where they deceive the whole world, deceive Nigeria. We go tackle this issue for us now. But the person, now Nigeria, me, I do with day. Person go cut if now, you go there for prison. Now, these people, where they there for prison, what did they really do? And they go still carry these people now, go pay for prison. They go see they use our money, they feed them. Okay, issue of salary, increasing of salary. What of people where they know they work for government? What of common man? They say, we go back to farm. Can this Boko Haram, can they make people farm? We hear many people with their kids that day, they say they don't pay money, they kill 30-something people. We go feel start for common man. Not be say what this other people talk, we go the list people there. We not get person. What is our right? I always ask now for this lady. What is the common man right? We go tackle our case. We something like this happen for Nigeria. We will support to table our problem for. Even though labor come out now. I not say they come out for their own pocket. They not come out for common Nigeria. I beg, men I look at this issue for us. So now the border where they open, is it all border they open? I be waiting go the enter Nigeria. Men at the airport they tell us where we they know where they go. Make they come out for subsidy. God bless you.
Thank you, Blessing. Well, all the borders are open as we know it. Mr. Obaje, you heard Blessing and all that she said. On
yes.
All of these bodies on social justice, if there's justice in the country, and everyone knows that when things like this, when things happen, they either find justice, or that government understands their position and also comes to evenly distributes resources. What do you make? How would you respond to Blessing's submission?
Talking about, she also mentioned about El-Rufai and then again who fight for the masses. El-Rufai should not be paying attention to. And if that video is anything to go by, I think he has a diarrhea of mouth, and nobody should consider his statement as anything, because Nigeria is so diverse. Nigeria is so complex that somebody like El-Rufai can mobilizing sections of Nigeria against the rest of us. It's not possible. Now, moving forward, you talk about social justice. You see, my brother, there are fundamental issues in Nigeria that we need to address. And of course, the problem we have, the major problem we have is our politicians. The politicians, they have imbibed a culture of divide and rule principle. They have also imbibed the culture of ethnicity and religion, and they have so used this to divide us. When they need our vote, like I was saying in a particular station sometimes ago, and I said, now suddenly, after 4 years, the politicians with their plate now, they are begging for vote. Going through the length and breadth of Nigeria, begging Nigerians to come out and vote for them, so that we can now collectively give our mandate to them. And by the time you give them the mandate, you know what is going on in the National Assembly. They have forgotten us. All they do now is to lobby who will become Senate President, who will become the Senate Speaker, who will be this, who will be that. Nobody's talking about the masses anymore. So there is so much to be desired, and it's unfortunate we have not gotten to the level after 20-something years of democracy. Because I think this was given to us in 1999 by the military, and then we believe that Nigerian people will begin to build on that. And by now, we should, at the 21st century, we should be doing the right thing and putting the right policies in place. And then, quick mediocres and promoters of religiosity, ethnicity out of the line. Nigeria needs to be united. And mind you, there are not just 3 tribes in Nigeria. There are not just 6 regions in Nigeria. We are all stakeholders in the project called Nigeria. And there are small ethnic groups, nationalities that make up Nigeria. We should also consider them. So these agitations that is going on, this conflict of interest, controversies that is going on, is because over time our politicians have not sat down to say, let us, put our differences behind us, put religious differences behind us, and then do the right thing for the Nigerian people. It's about doing the right thing, and it doesn't take much. Because they say, he whom much is given, much is expected. We have collectively given you our mandate, then do the right thing. Go to work.
Very well.
Go to work. Nigerians need better life. And the government doesn't ask for too much. They don't ask for too much. Nigerians are the most, how will I put it? Nigerians are the most, understanding human beings you can find in the surface of the earth. Some of the things that happen in our client here, if it happens outside other countries, other clients, my brother, I tell you, the country will be boiling. The country will be boiling. Everybody will be on street. But here in Nigeria, we tolerate our leaders too much. And we take so manners of things from them, believing that, we put them there to do what they're supposed to do. And when they don't do it, we sit docile and be watching, So a lot needs to be done. Look at this, you talk about the police force.
Okay.
What does the police have as a structure? If you go to some police station, you will pity for them. If you see some policemen, then you see them looking for fuel and pushing their vehicle when the fuel finishes from it.
Mr. Baji, please hold that thought, Mr. Baji. Let's bring in this caller. They've been on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
My name is Abdul.
Abdul. Good to have you.
I'm calling from Kuje. I want to appreciate our guest. He has spoken a lot and he has really hit the nail on the head. But in all of this, I don't know how we can help ourselves, because this country is getting, every day we don't know where we are heading to. If you think that this government will come and change things, what you see is the one that is worse than the previous. So what can we do? Now we cannot even trust labor. Labor that will see that, okay, they will struggle for us. They are also bought over. So what should we do? Now, the guest said something very important about El-Rufai. Yes, he must have, he has this kind-mouthed speech, but that thing he said is a very serious thing. I don't think we should just overlook it, because he's an important figure that should not make such kind of speech as a figure in the government.
Okay.
Then, I want to talk about this salary increment, because that's where I'm going to. The labor will say they are representing us, they are not representing us. They told them they are increasing salary. How much salary are they going to increase to the workers that will take care of this fuel price? Because even if you are receiving 200,000 naira, and you spend over 100,000 on transport, how much do you take home at the end? You have school fees to pay, you have house rent, and you have feeding. So how is one going to cope with this situation? And then what happens to private sector? You know, some people are employed privately and their salary is bigger.
All right, Abdul.
Somebody is earning 40,000 and now you spend 2,000 every day, to and fro from day to area one. At the end, if you calculate that, you're going to spend 40,000 in a month. So what happens? Can that person live on 40,000?
All right, thank you.
We have a serious issue here, and I don't know. We just need to do something.
All right, Abdul, thank you very much. My guest will respond to that as well. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my brother.
Good morning. Elder.
My name is Oga Gabriel.
Oga Gabriel, good to have you.
Yeah, I want to talk first about, on security. Well, a lady called and she was making a very important comment. At least we have everything to fight insecurity in this country. Though you say that the police are, handicapped as long as the equipment is concerned. I want to believe that it's not even the equipment, the guns and this thing. This fight is not to be fought with gun to gun. We have to have intelligent gathering. In our police force, I think in Nigeria or in Africa, in Africa, even not the whole world, our policemen are one of the most intelligent policemen ever. And we have never seen any person being arrested to be a kidnapper or Boko Haram. And we have never seen somebody say, this is my sponsor. Until we start arresting them, we start arresting their sponsor, this thing will continue because they are making a living from it. Some people are making money from it. And that's why this thing continue unabated. You understand? Now, you tell us who are the sponsors. And the ransom they are collecting, where are they keeping them? Who is paying the ransom? You see, the last time they changed money, before you know it, the kidnapper has started spending the new money. Who gave them? You understand? Until we understand all these things, it will not go.
All right.
Then on El-Rufai, we should leave everything to God. El-Rufai can say anything. It's not God who can change our situation in this country.
All right, Mr.
So they have been talking like that. Somebody, a cleric, a very high cleric in Kaduna, say his own sometimes ago, going to, kidnappers there.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. We appreciate you calling in. And now, Mr. Obaji, let's wrap up now. You heard Oga Gabriel's submission, mostly about, the insecurity and all. I would want you to respond in 30 seconds and then we'll wrap up.
Yes, like you rightly said, like I said before, Nigerian army is the military, not just the army, the navy, the air force. They are the best in Africa. The Nigerian police are the best when it comes to policing in Africa. And when they go outside the shore of this country, they do gallantry. You see, let us begin to appreciate our own. And in the place when we begin to appreciate our own, that is the starting point. But the government of Nigeria need to sit down and do the proper thing. During the campaign, I watched with keen interest. A particular presidential aspirant told us that when you get to the city of Dubai, as you're landing from the airport, no policeman need to follow you about. But you are being captured right from the airport. And everywhere you go, there are cameras everywhere monitoring you. Not until an offense is committed, you will not see the police come after you. And there is no hiding place for thieves. The Nigerian police are the best in Africa. But what they need is logistics. What they need is training and retraining. What they need is incentives. What they need is more manpower. In a case where you don't provide them with logistics, no manpower, no welfare package, no barracks, police are roaming about. Some of them, you need to see their uniform. Their uniform is not provided. They buy uniform by themselves. How do you expect that the Nigerian police force will function? No, my brother, tell me. How do you expect? And then you go to the military, the same thing. In the 21st century, policing in the 21st century is by technology. It's driven by technology. It's driven by logistics. But the Nigerian police, they don't have it. Sometimes when they are in their vehicle coming, you don't even know whether it's police vehicle that is coming or just a normal truck driver that is driving around. Until they get close to you, then you see them that they are policemen. And the kind of gun they have, these are guns that have not been serviced or bought for them for ages, that have not been renewed. So policing is becoming sophisticated in the world, and we need to change our approach. This command structure that the IG will sit in Abuja and give orders to the commissioners of police in their various domains is not working for us. We need to try new things. It is when you try new things, if they are not working, you change it. There is no harm in trying new things. You know, that is why they get to where they are today. The man who invented electricity that everybody is enjoying today, we learned through history that he experimented it for years before he was able to get the formula to produce electricity. And today everybody all over the world are enjoying the electricity. So there is no harm in trial. We need to try other things, other ways of policing Nigeria. The insecurity, the insurgencies that is going on can be contained by the police, can be contained by our intelligence, apparatus. Again, apart from intelligence, we need to also, provide for the Nigerian people. The state government, the local government, the federal government need to work more on provision of basic necessity for the Nigerian people. Once a man is busy, the man will not be thinking of evil. The man will not be thinking of crime. So we need to keep our people busy. Thank you very much.
Mr. Baji, public affairs analyst, thank you so much for talking with us. It's been an interesting conversation.
It's a pleasure being with you. It's a pleasure.
We'll be reaching out to you sometime soon again to, continue this conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And to everyone, thank you. And everyone who has been on a part of the program this morning, thank you so much for being there. Let's do this again tomorrow at the top of the hour 9. Stay with us. My name is Ihanacho Prince. Business news is up next. Right after that, it would be time for Martha to take over the airwaves on the Midday Extra. Keep it here.
102.3.
This is Eagles 102.3 News, your number one radio experience you can count on.
Here is the business news beat. Depot owners are currently on the verge of shutting down their facilities due to the inability to meet the new financial requirement of about 10 billion naira by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited as the cost of lifting fuel from its ships. It was gathered that many filling stations across the states are not selling the products to the public. Sources at the depot disclosed that owners are struggling to raise between 5 billion to 10 billion naira to make new orders from the NNPCL. Meanwhile, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has confirmed that once the Dangote refinery starts pumping out refined products from late July or early August, the NNPCL will cut down on its import of petrol. NNPCL is currently the sole importer of petrol into Nigeria, a task which it had shouldered for several years as other oil marketers stopped importing petrol due to their inability to access the United States dollars at the official rate. NNPCL also owns a 20% stake in the Dangote refinery. The percentage of diaspora Nigerians with national identification numbers rose to 25.17% in May 2023. This is as the National Identity Management Commission has registered 427,962 diaspora Nigerians since it was launched it launched its diaspora enrollment exercise in 2019. There were at least 1.7 million Nigerians living in the diaspora, according to the World Bank. The World Bank disclosed this in its World Development Report 2023. The National Commissioner, Niger Delta Protection Bureau, Dr. Vincent Olatunji, says the sector has a combined earnings of 5.5 billion naira, contributing to the gross domestic product of the country. Olatunji, who disclosed this during the executive session at the Nigeria-Netherlands Economic Consultation on Wednesday in Abuja, reiterated the major significance of the Bureau's contribution to Nigeria's GDP. He stated that Nigeria leads in data protection in Africa with over 200 million people compared to other countries. Finally, the World Bank says high interest rates and the Russian war in Ukraine continues to significantly slow global economic growth following growth of 3.1% last year. The global economy would slow to 2.1% in 2023, the World Bank said on Tuesday in its latest forecast. The figure for 2023 was, however, 0.4% higher than an estimate released by the bank in January. And that's the news. My name is Ihya Nacho Prince. Good morning.
Thanks for listening. Join us again for more updates on Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
The vibe is about to be lit.